Hi everyone, Nick here. Some of you call me Nicola, some of you call me Nicole, Nicola, Nick, Nickers. I like all of them, but for this purpose of this presentation, I want to give you a warm welcome and say you can call me whatever you want to call me, but Nick sounds good. So I want to thank you for spending the next 10 minutes with me to understand, hey, what does Nick do? What the hell does Nick do? What is Nick helping people out there with? And I'm sure that you're still pretty much confused out there as to what is Nick doing. So today with this presentation, and mind you, this presentation is very close to my heart, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this with you, because it's not easy. It's not an easy subject to talk about, but it's a very important one. And it's going to give you, this presentation is just going to give you a snapshot. Who am I? Where was I coming from? Why have I decided to build this business? And I chose today to have a theme, and that theme is to take you on a journey with me, and we're going to, understand that where I was a job hunter. So I've moved from a job hunter to a job creator, and I'm very proud of that. But the in-between that was a challenge. It was a struggle. And I am now a person that has created my own business, Digital Independence Hub, where I'm helping people like you build a digital business and a digital ecosystem around your brand, where you can sell your knowledge and your life experience, your work experience, your work skill sets, your personal struggles as well. We all have stories, and some of those stories that you have, those personal struggles that you've overcome, can be someone else's survival guide. Have you ever thought of that? So I want to thank you, because for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you some really personal stuff in this presentation. So I've just gone a bit too far in advance. This presentation, I'm going to help you turn your expertise into a career that you absolutely love. Where I was before, I was going for job interviews, and I was getting right up there on the third interview, and then I bombed out. And then I got a job that is casual, and it's not very high wages, and it's not sustainable for me. It's not something I truly love. We've all got to earn an income. So I then decided that, hey Nick, if you can't find a job that you love, then create a job that you love. So if I can't find one, then create one. And that's what I did. The mindset, the strategy to do that when you are running on empty, whereas I was not getting supported by Services Australia, I was using my own income. And my income was running out. And I was running on empty quite quickly. For about 7 months, I was not getting supported. I'm a single independent woman, and I couldn't leverage anybody else. I couldn't get family to pull me out. I had people that were owing me $100,000. They would just disappear the moment Nick needed their help. They were not around. that money would have helped me and I was there for them when they needed help. Each day became more difficult to get up. I was losing my purpose. Why do I exist? What's my purpose in life? What am I going to do first and foremost? So you can imagine that I was at crossroads. And some of you that are listening today, maybe you've lost your job and you're in your 50s. It's one of those age groups that it's quite difficult because it's not ageism yet, but you've done quite a few decades of working and you're competing with the young ones. Or maybe when you're watching this, that you've got a great career, but you're sick and tired of the 9-to-5 grind. I've been there. When I worked corporate, I was doing the 9-to-5 grind. And even then I was bringing home work. My job that I lost, I was working long hours and almost every day, and I was bringing in a lot of money, but I also was getting burnt out and tired. It was not sustainable for me, but I kept going. It was paying the bills, it was paying for the lifestyle. Maybe you're one of those people that are watching this presentation and thinking I'm running out of time. I'm heading right smack into retirement and I don't have enough money. I don't have enough to get the beach houses or to travel and to, have the lifestyle that I want. So maybe time is running out for you. At 57, when I lost my job, I realised I was never going to get that house that I was working for, that I was dreaming of. No money to travel, or the time to just enjoy my life that I was gearing up for my retirement, early retirement. The rate I was going, I thought I was going to start working till I'm 80. The jobs that I was getting out there was junior wages, starting at the bottom. Even if I was to work full time in there, I was definitely going to be a miserable old woman, and I was going to age a lot quicker than I am now. And I was getting more and more very depressed about things. So if you're out there, I'm sure you know how it feels, where you just lost control of life and everything's beyond your control. You just got to go with the flow. But I faced that myself, and I had to make some choices, some hard choices. And option number one was I could choose to do nothing. When I say do nothing, I mean just go with the flow, go to Service Australia, get any job that was unfulfilling. But next year, I was thinking next year, if I do nothing about this, then I'm going to be in the same position that I am next year like I am now, if that makes sense. So I wasn't going to do that. So option number two was the possibility of maybe I have to downsize, because money can only stretch so far. Give up my lovely place that I live at, not about 400 metres from the beach. Lovely location, lovely neighbours, great environment, great suburb, up and coming, the perfect environment for someone like me who's a single, independent woman. Never feel alone because of that buzzing, vibrant community out there. That was number two option. And I wasn't going to do that. So the option number three was to even stop living. When I say stop living, I don't mean dying. I mean stop living. Stop socializing and become frugal, because money was running out. It just seems so unfulfilling my life, and I started to get more and more depressed. And I was spiraling. And with every energy that I had, I pushed myself to keep going. Keep going. Get up. You can do it, Nick. The universe has showed you something. Okay? The universe has showed this up for a reason. God has done this for a reason. And I was running out of choices. But option number 4 was, Nick, you need to find something fast. You need to do it, and you need to find something else fast. Because option number 1 of doing nothing ain't going to work. Option number 2, downsizing and moving in the family, ain't going to work. Option number 3, stop living, eat frugally, don't socialize. That was killing me, right? So the 4th option was, Nick, you better find something, and you better find something fast. So that's what I did. I had this eureka moment. I remembered a friend who's a digital coach. His name is Sid. And he was making a living by sharing his story, his expertise, his passion to a community that he had built from humble beginnings. I was a lifelong learner in his digital ecosystem. And even though I was working, getting a highly paid job it was, right? I still was a lifelong learner of his. And after work, when I was in bed, any moment I had, I was learning from him. He was sharpening his axe. He was sharpening his tools. He was sharpening his marketing strategies. He was sharpening his courses. And why I was so involved in his ecosystem is because I love the digital space. When I look back and I think about my career, my decades of work life, it's always been one of supporting and serving others, coaching, training, sharing information, all around the digital space. That was something that fired me up. One day, when I had this eureka moment, I sat there and I said, when I was working, I wanted to do something like he was doing. And I said, no, I've got a good job, getting good money. But I said, no, one day, Nick, you're going to do what he's doing. Because what it wasn't the money that was actually, that I was attracted to him about, because I was making good money, was the fact that his impact, he was growing, the impact he was making out in the world was absolutely mind-blowing. He was transforming and changing people's lives. These are ordinary lives. And I said to myself, I'm going to do that one day. And maybe, just maybe, that the universe did show it up. And I lost my job overnight. And I went back into some of his courses, and he was doing one module, and it was about this platform that he was using. Because I was also keen to know, how was he seamlessly able to have landing pages, courses, collect the payments, do live workshops, and he was on a roll, and it was just flowing, and I thought, how's he doing it? And I found out he was using this platform that I am also using, okay? And I thought, wow, this was the eureka moment for me, the all-in-one platform. So I discovered the simple all-in-one platform that made it easy to build an online digital business, that you didn't need a tech degree. Now, I say it's easy, folks, because I'm a digital freak, okay? I say it's easy, but for some of you out there, you're going to say, Nick, that's easy for you, but not for us. Yes, I understand that. But technology has advanced so much, everyone. A lot of clicks and drags. You don't need to do coding and that. Yes, I agree that you need someone to show you, to hold your hand. And do you remember the day when Facebook came out, Instagram came out, LinkedIn came out? If anyone could tell me that it come out with a book, did it come out with instructions? No, it didn't. But with practice and peer-to-peer sharing, we all started to use Facebook for not only our personal lives, but for our business as well. So I'm not going to lie to you that there is a little bit of a learning curve with this, but you do not need to be a tech guru. You do not need to have a tech degree. You do not need to know coding, okay? It is plug and play. But yes, I will guide you as your digital coach, okay? Everything is under one roof on this. I was thinking, okay, if I was to do this on my own, now think about this, I am a startup. I was unemployed, I had no money, I was like running on empty. I was like, Nick, you need to do something fast. And I listened to a webinar, I jumped on it, and I was converted straight away. Even short of money, I bought the platform because it had solved a lot of problems for me if I was going to do a business on my own, even creating websites. How am I going to collect payments? How am I going to start email marketing with them? I'd have to buy a Click Contact, a software subscription, appointments. I would have to buy Calendly, I would have to buy Zoom, I would have to buy, build a website. I would then, my service offerings, build a landing page. Then how am I going to get it out there to raise awareness? How am I going to have workshops? How am I going to have webinars? My list was getting so long. If I was to pay for each one of those things, I thought that's crazy. But this here was so affordable even for someone that was unemployed. I guarantee you it was affordable for someone that was having a very dismal, bleak future, unsure how to get some money, earn income, have a job. How was I going to do it? I listened to the webinar and I was converted straight away. I paid for it and I have never regretted it. I am slowly building it. I'm telling you, I've gone from zero to a lot of people now in my community where I'm wanting to help people, right, to do the exact same thing as me. Whatever you love, whatever your passion, whatever knowledge that you have, that I honestly believe that if you did what I did, which was just make that decision to fast track everything, you will not regret it. The moment that I signed up, I automatically moved from being in isolation. I belonged to a great, thriving community. I became part of an academy that had lots of tutorials there, lots of videos, lots of late nights I've had. It's a company, a platform that is built overseas. There is time difference in there, but I have done all the groundwork. I have done all the learnings, and it's still developing because that's what technology is. It keeps evolving. So you're a business owner. This is not your niche like mine that loves digital. That is something that fires me up. So I can give you the platform, but you need to bring your wisdom and you need to bring your experience and you need to bring your knowledge. And seriously, you get an account manager as well to help you with it. So you're not alone, and you get me that's invested lots and lots of time that's going to fast track you faster than me when I started, because I had to learn everything. I've had to implement, learn, be a lifelong learner. But with now me sharpened all my tools, my strategies, my system, I'm able to support you faster than when I started. Okay? I want to introduce you to the Digital Independence Hub. This is my creation. It's my own branded dashboard business that I have. So I've combined my 38 years of experience to create my own branded social network. So I'm helping others, like yourself, if you're watching this, to package and sell your expertise and your lived life, work skill sets, any experience, decades of it, and create a career that you absolutely love. Okay? Absolutely love is very, very important here. There's no point being in an unfulfilling career, going 9 to 5, you want to beat that grind, you want to have a side hustle. This is the answer. This is such an easy way to launch yourself into opening up your own digital business online, earn an income, and create the lifestyle that you want. Now, I'm not going to say to you that I've made thousands and thousands of dollars. No, I'm so excited because I want you to join me, and together we're going to grow, and together we're going to have a thriving business online, transforming lives out there, just like my friend did, and he's still doing. His students have got communities of their own. They're making thousands and millions of dollars. And I want to do that too. Here in Australia, I've become the Australian rep for this company. And this company, this platform is powering me. That's great. That is one advantage for you, that knowing that you've got someone here in Australia, unlike Kajabi and Udemy and all that. Who do you speak to? Who can you speak to? I'm going to be that person here that's the bridge between the platform and yourself and me in the middle to help you fast track your business. So I have a webinar, an exciting webinar that's coming up in the next week. I want you to join my webinar. Come and see for yourself what it's like. What does it look like? There are some skills that you need, and I'll go through that. I will also show you lots and lots of evidence of creators out there that are using the platform and how innovative and creative they are. And they're making a lot of money, making a huge impact. They're changing lives out there. So I want to see for yourself how, by joining my webinar, you are going to see for yourself how you're going to turn your wisdom, your expertise, and your experience into a profitable digital business and career that you love. So if you're out there and you're unemployed for a long time, stop the job hunting and become a job creator. If you are retired and you're a young retiree and you still want to contribute in society and you have a lot to share, yes, you can also be a very top creator, right? If you are a knowledge giver, trainer, subject matter expert, a teacher, a tutor, or have a business that's a knowledge business, and you want to be a creator and have everything hosted online and grow your impact and reach global audiences, then this is for you, this webinar. So I'm going to give you a sneak preview behind the scenes of what the platform is and how you can move from point A to point B. I will also have my course offerings on there, which is affordable for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this little presentation, and I would love for you to give me a like, some comments. How does that make you feel? I hope that it made you feel excited that, hey, Nick was like this and she's moved to this, and I was a job hunter and now I'm a job creator. So if you also have anyone in your network that could find value from this, please do let them come to me. I've got, here, my contact information is there, and they can join my digital Independence Hub community where I'm dropping some gold nuggets in there. But if you know anyone, please do refer them to me. I would love to help them. So I want to say bye for now, and thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart for listening to this presentation, and I look forward to having you on my upcoming webinar. Bye for now.